Hi guys, and welcome to another unboxing video. My name is Thomas and I was absolutely dying for a golem, so cheers. Oh, so good. Right, today we've got a small box. Should be a pretty fast unboxing as well. This was sent in by KBDfans, so thanks guys. This package actually took a while to get to me. It bounced once. DHL somehow, the first time around, thought that this must have been worth about 500 or 600 euros because it contained several hundred, well, more than 100 units of something, and I didn't have a proof of purchase because obviously it was a donation. So it bounced back to KBDfans. They sent it again, and again they came up with a questionable valuation, but I was able to set the matter straight this time, and so I just got this in today and I can't wait to take a look at this. Wow. So, well, let's see. Here's the box's contents. They look like yummy treats, but they're not quite that. Oh, so good. Right, so I requested both of these from them. The first is this Roller V2. So this is a new Switch design. As most of you know, I absolutely love new Switch designs. And this one uses rollers in them. I think it's shown at the back. They are contact-based MX-like, but they're based on rollers, which obviously I really wanted to check out. Now, as it happened, KBDfans stocked these, and so when they got a new batch in, they sent it to me. But not just that, a viewer alerted me to another interesting Switch type, which they also happened to stock. So I requested those as well, and those we'll take a look at in a second. But first, let's open this box of roller switches. It seems there are 4 of them. Factory lubed, 35 pieces. So that should be, well, that's 1 keyboard's worth, I guess. With some spares, always nice. Sometimes I get manufacturers and they send me just 60 switches. Looking at you, Zeal PC, they only send me 60 switches. And I go, well, this is enough to cover the alpha cluster, and that's about it. So, some stickers, PBT fans, which is weird because this is called KBDfans. A bunch of codes, blah blah blah, and some interesting cat stickers. Cool. Oh, sorry, excuse me. For those who are wondering why I burp so much, it's because I have a stomach condition. And for those who are wondering why I don't edit them out, I think my viewers wouldn't forgive me if I did. If you haven't yet, you gotta try this, guys. It's very simple, but it's really good. So, right, so they look incredibly generic. They look like black dust-proof switches. Yeah, everything's black. It's got a light pipe in it. Interesting diffuse light pipe. I'm not sure I've seen this design before. I could try and hold that up, but I don't think it's gonna show very well. It does show on the box. It's this part here, that, which is, but that's not what this is about, obviously. This is about the inside of the Switch, and I wouldn't be surprised if I end up doing a Switch teardown about this. Depends a little bit. Yeah, a little bugger. My God, these legs are stiff. Jesus. Well, they're definitely secured properly. I can say that much. Jesus, this thing does not want to give up its secrets. Cool. So, but yes. Oh my God, they're so small. They're much smaller than I thought. Okay, so I'm definitely, yeah, I'll definitely show this in a Switch teardown with some macro shots. So there are tiny, and I mean tiny ball bearings on the sides and on the back of and the front of the Switch. So 4 ball bearings in total. And the idea is ball bearings are obviously great at minimizing friction. And so you can take a Switch like this and decrease the amount of friction that a Switch like Cherry MX would normally exhibit. And, well, especially if it's factory lubed, that should give an interesting result. Now, normally I really don't like judging switches based off of just, toying around with some loose switches. You really should just test them out on a full keyboard while typing. But let me just see. Oh, that gives an interesting feeling. Whoa, I think the spring is also different. Wow. I must admit, it's pretty good. Wow, I wonder how much difference this actually makes without the ball bearings. Okay, well, I'll look up some sort of chassis that has switches that are not that interesting, or that has switches that I've already reviewed before. Excuse me. And then review these in them, or maybe revisit an old keyboard or something like that. Cool. So that's 4 boxes of them. That's pretty nice. And then we've got the other switch type. Oh, so good. Which is this. 10 packs of this. KBDfans branded. Now these look like also look like sweets. Many switches look like sweets nowadays. Come in packs of 10, it seems. And these are called Type-R. Now, like I said, a viewer alerted me to these. Actually, a viewer also alerted me to these. I get a lot of great tips from you guys. So if you have something interesting that you want me to cover, obviously let me know. But these ones caught my attention because they are claimed to be 100% tactile. Now, what that means is that the tactile drop comprises the entire weighting difference between resting state and, between resting state and depressed state. So the graph basically looks like that, theoretically. Now, I have a weird old Alps clone switch. I'm not entirely sure what they're called or whatever, and that the force curve of that shows that it's about 90 to 95% tactile. They are crazy, but these are supposed to be 100%. So let's have a look to see if that's actually true. No, not at all, because it is difficult to see. There is definitely uptake. See, well, it's not easy to slowly press this, because they are quite tactile in a way. Okay, let me just pause the camera for a second there. You can have pre-travel, but it will lose all its force during the drop, and it clearly doesn't do that. I mean, you can analogously press this. However, that said, the feeling is different. There's definitely something strange about this switch. It doesn't quite feel... Motherfuck it. This is always very fiddly. With Alps switches, it's slightly easier to do. There are better tools for opening them. With MX switches, you can sometimes open one side and then the other side closes again or whatnot. I feel like, ooh, long double spring. Yeah, it is just a simple notch in here, clearly well lubed. Yeah, it is just a simple notch switch. So I'm not sure what you could ever do to make a notch switch like this 100% tactile. So, well, that's at least one thing dispelled. That said, they do feel interesting. Is the notch particularly huge? I don't think so. I don't think so at all, actually. I mean, I could hold it up to the camera, but there's no way that you're going to be able to see that. Still, I have to try these out on the keyboard. I feel like the spring, the long double spring, is what gives it its unique feeling here. Now, those are not unheard of double spring switches, but yeah, maybe. Oh, there we go. Assemble the yeah. The spring is so long. It's actually kind of easy to reassemble the switch incorrectly. It just jams in there or something. So, well, thankfully I've got a reasonable amount of switches. Oh, it also helps if you have the slider the correct way around. I feel like that also helps. Yeah, it does poke out very far though. That's much better. So again, same story. I'll have to test these out in some keyboards that I can pop the switches out of. To be honest, I was already wondering. I couldn't tell from the schematics what technology they used to make a switch so super tactile. But I guess they didn't. Still, it would be interesting to try this out. And these as well. So, yeah. That's that's actually a little bit longer, this unboxing, than I thought. I thought it was going to be just 5 minutes, but well, it turns out there's a bit more to talk about. So, like I said, there'll definitely be a Switch 10 and at some point of these switches, because they genuinely employ new technology. These ones, not so much. It's just going to be a review at some point down the future. They do look very tasty, though, don't they? Like I don't know, blackberry sorbet or something. But then again, most switches look like ice cream. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye, guys.